Across our 4 zoos at Zoos Victoria, which is Hillsville Sanctuary, Werribee Open Range Zoo, Kyabram Fauna Park and Melbourne Zoo, our staff carry out a range of procedures to monitor the health of the animals that they care for. So getting regular weights from them is really important, and then also visual checks. So animals that have lots of feathers or a big furry coat, it's hard to see at a distance what is happening underneath of their body, so it's important for us to get us nice and close. But even asking animals to open their mouths so we can look at teeth, looking in their eyes, all of those are kind of general day-to-day checkups that we do. So vets might also ask for us to do some heart monitoring or get some blood samples from them, or even some x-rays, which might be helpful as well. Well, the reason that the voluntary healthcare program came about is because we know that getting that health information for our animals is important, and we've always gathered that information. Our animal training programs are based on positive reinforcement. And what that means is that the keepers give the animal something that they want, which is normally a piece of food, in response to a behaviour that we want to see more of. So traditionally, if we would need to get an x-ray from a meerkat, it would have required capturing them and taking them up to the hospital, where they would have been restrained and then given some anaesthetic so they were still for long enough so that we could get that x-ray. And as you can imagine, that's quite stressful. Stressful for the animal. There are some risks in being under anaesthetic as well, and that therefore flows on to stressful for the keeping staff and also the vet staff. The benefits of our voluntary healthcare training program is now that we have animals approaching us to have their health checkups. And now that we know it's something, in fact, that the animals enjoy, we can do them more frequently, so we are able to better monitor their health. We've got our rhinoceros and our giraffes that are actually happy to stand still so that we can get a blood sample from them. We've got our kangaroos that will approach us and stand still so we can listen to their heart. We've got the underdogs that people think are untrainable, so our giant tortoises and our koalas that come down and hop onto scales voluntarily. But my favourite story is a really simple one about an echidna called Sean. And Sean had lived at Hillsville Sanctuary for 30 years, and traditionally the ways that we would get a weight from an echidna would be that we would need to catch them, pick them up, put them into a container that was on scales to get a weight. And if anyone has ever tried to approach a wild echidna, we know that when echidnas get a bit of a fright, they're actually really hard to pick up and quite spiky. So particularly Sean didn't enjoy this and decided that he didn't want to be around keepers, and so whenever keepers were in the space, Sean would disappear and just take himself off somewhere quiet so he was away. And that was just Sean's personality. But what we decided was to give Sean a bit of a break and to see if we could teach him how to hop onto the scales. It took us 6 months to train Sean to come out and hop onto the scales. And now we see Sean walking around his exhibit when keepers are there. We're able to get regular weights. And for a guy that's been in our care for such a long time, it's such a simple thing that we can do that's greatly improved his life with us, which is a fabulous outcome.